Let's go ahead and work on changing the charging port on a Samsung RC512 laptop. That's the model number of the laptop, RC512 or NP-RC512. The charging port is soldered onto the board, and the charging port is pretty damaged if you look at it on the inside. Let's take a look. Let's take a look under the microscope. I always like to inspect the port before I work on it, so we can see why this was sent here. Okay, so that's how the charging port looks like. It's broken, and the piece of plastic that goes inside here is also not there. So the port is pretty damaged. This port here is soldered on in several places. 4 legs, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then probably 2 or 3 front pins. So right here it looks like we need to desolder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anything else? And that's it. The connector pins, they go in from the top here, and they get soldered on at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, and then we have 4 on the sides here. Flip the board, and let's go ahead and start by removing this connector. So that's one of the legs. Let's do the second one. We are mixing low melt solder with the unleaded solder that's already on the board. By doing so, we lower the melting temperature of the joints. Okay, and let's finally do this one here. And we're gonna do the front 3 pins. The pin is already moving. Right, awesome. So the whole connector is moving right now. Because I have the soldering iron down on the board, it's heating up the board to a point where low melt solder is melting all over. And now I can simply use a tweezer to pull that connector off, but I will need to do it from this side here. I need to flip the board and do it from the other side. So what I'm gonna do is heat up this area here, heat up the board from here. By doing so, heat should transfer on to other joints and melt the low melt solder. And that way, we can just remove this connector. It's already out. The other end is not out yet. Let's heat, that's it. So we did not even have to use hot air. We only used low melt solder. We applied it to all the joints. As soon as I put the soldering iron on one of the joints here, heat transferred over to this whole area, and it melted all those joints here. Low melt solder melts at a very low temperature, and that's how we were able to remove this connector. Okay. Time to clean up. Okay, so the board is ready to accept a new charging port. And that's it. We're gonna solder it from the back and we should be all good. Now we inserted the connector from under and now we flip the board so we can solder the legs from the back of the board. I have my finger on the bottom of the connector so it doesn't slip down while I'm soldering. So I need to quickly apply a solder blob here and one here and then I can let go. Like so, done. Okay, I'm gonna remove my finger from under the connector. Right, and that's it. So a few minutes. Okay, so the board is inside the laptop. Everything is assembled and put together. Let's go ahead and test. Make sure the charging port is working. So plug the charger in. And yes, it's working. We do see the orange charging light here. Just one moment.
And you guys only fix computer, or you guys fix Xbox? Yeah, I break the HDMI in the back, you know, the board.
Yes, it will cost you $95. Usually same day repair.
Okay.
Yes.
Tomorrow, I'll bring it tomorrow then.
Okay, sounds good. Right, so the laptop is working. And we do see that the charging cable is working because the battery is being charged. We do see the yellow light on the bottom here. And there's 3 blue lights in here, which indicates that the laptop is up and running. Everything is good. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll do something else next time. And I'll see you in the next video.